Welcome everyone to the first episode of Minecraft Hardcore Season 4. First I was like really bummed, but I'm kind of excited to start a new season of the... Okay? Welcome everyone to episode 50 of Hardcore Season 4. Wow, I honestly cannot believe we have made it this far into the world. I've been making hardcore videos since it was like March of last year, I think, and it's now coming on to October. So, I can't believe we're finally at episode 50 in the series. We were just shy of episode 50 in season 3. We got to like episode 43 or something, and now we're finally here at episode 50. Lots of stuff planned this episode. We've got lots of stuff going on. Quick little note here. I did go back and look at the Hardcore Season 1, 2, and 3 worlds before I got to the Season 4 World Tour, but I decided to move that to the end of the episode because I understand a lot of people probably don't care as much for that as they do for the Hardcore Season 4 stuff, so look out for that at the end of this episode. So, let's jump straight into the Hardcore Season 4 World Tour. These are the spawn chunks. I spawned on a mushroom biome, however, you know, I switched it all to grass like I was going to do in Season 2, and currently I am working on this build project here, as you can see. I'm going to cover the whole island in a city like this, and I'm currently fixing up the sides of the bank. I know it looks weird. This is very heavily a work in progress. And then on this side of the island, we're going to make a giant castle to go with the city on this part of the island. And then the castle's going to actually be my base. I used to have a castle there, which was very small, which is why this part looks like shit, because I tore it down. But I tore down this mini castle that I used to live in because it would get in the way of the big castle we're going to be building here. And plus, I don't need the home anymore. I still left all my storage stuff because I still need some storage areas because over here is just a complete mess, as you can see. But let's turn on the shaders for this build. I love this area a lot that I've been building up here. This little alley is super nice. The church, I love. I love the look of the church still. With the azalea stuff on the side as well, it adds so much. Unfortunately, there's no interior yet. There's not much of an interior for this. I did build up part of the villager trading hall is going to be in here, but I didn't do the actual interior work. And then, northeast of the island, very far in that direction, it's probably like 7k blocks or something, is the build I'm going to show you guys next. This is the Frozen Fortress. The finished version of the project that I had shown you guys that did not complete in Season 3. As you can see, we have the mountains all built up, the island, and I made a custom fortress this time with 2 ice dragons guarding it. Now, around the back, the mountains are not finished. This whole build project is actually not complete. I'm going to be coming back here very soon in the series, and I'm going to be making huge, mega changes. I'm redoing a good majority of the mountains. I'm not going to spoil anything else. I have lots of plans for this place. I'm going to make this place actually cool looking because it's not good. It's not as good as it should be. It sucks, honestly, in my opinion. I'm going to change a lot because it needs to be better. Underneath it, there is actually a custom portal room for a stronghold that is down there in the water. I haven't actually connected it up yet because the interior of the fortress is not complete, but I can still show you what's down here in the custom portal room. I personally love this portal room. I tried to make it look like because the end portal had been open so long, the void was creeping through and it had started to eat away at this room. So you can see there's a gradient up the walls, there's a gradient on the floor, and it's starting to eat away at the ceiling. You could see the part of the ceiling that the pillars were attached to is still there, but the void is still eating away at it. I just love this. I like this build a lot. Heading back into the nether, there's another build I want to show you guys. This build project we just recently finished as of like episode 46, I think. And when I say finished, I mean temporarily finished until I get new ideas and get the desire to come back and work on it. And here it is, Project Wither Volcano. I destroyed a gigantic portion of my nether realm, and then I got a massive lava ocean. As you can see, I made it all source blocks, which took forever. Built a volcano and a castle on it. Have some docks back there. That there, another boat. We have a fire dragon guarding the castle. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Just okay. It's not great. It's not amazing. It's just an okay build. And then we have the stuff here on the docks, obviously. So my list of my favorite completed builds, like mega builds, to least favorite. My favorite is Sacred Isle. Second favorite, this. Third favorite, the Frozen Fortress. The Frozen Fortress is bad. I need to do a lot of work there to fix it. The Wither Volcano is not as good. It's okay, but something's missing. It's not as cool as I imagined it. It's not as great, and that is not okay. It needs to be better. So I'm going to make it better in the future once I get new ideas. There's only one thing I have left to show you, along with a bit of a new project announcement. And now is probably a good time to mention something. I've made up like this fake story, kind of like lore for my world and the builds. And the whole story goes that the three dimensions, the end, the overworld, and the nether, are at war with one another over the dragon egg, because each dimension has their own dragon. The overworld has the ice dragons at the Frozen Fortress, the nether has the fire dragons, and the end has the ender dragons. But the ender dragons are dying out. There was only a very few left, and so the dragon egg was very precious. But the overworld stole the dragon egg because they didn't want the dragons to reproduce, because they want control over the end dimension. And so obviously the end was pretty pissed about that, so they went to war against the overworld. But the nether wanted to crossbreed an ender dragon with a fire dragon. So they wanted the dragon egg so they could hatch it, raise the dragon as their own, and breed it with a fire dragon to have a stronger dragon than the other dimensions. So they went to war for the dragon egg as well. And so the whole kind of story is that these three dimensions are at war. The Frozen Fortress is the home of the ice dragons, as well as the kind of fortress that guards the portal to the end dimension. The Wither Volcano is kind of like the center of the nether dimension where the king lives and has the fire dragon protecting it. It's where the fire dragons live. So why do I mention this now? Well, this build I started before the Wither Volcano, and it's been kind of left untouched since then, and people have been asking, when are you going to finish it? What are you going to do here? Well, the original plan was to make a big castle, make a medieval city in front of it. But now that I'm doing the exact same thing at the spawn chunks, I decided I don't want to do the same thing here. So I've just kind of left it here after finishing the Wither Volcano because I don't know what to do with it, until I remembered an old build idea from Hardcore Season 3. This is no longer going to be just some castle that I left unfinished. This whole area is going to be transformed into the Ruined Kingdom. I've said this before, that in the lore, the builds I make can take place at any point in the story, or in a different timeline. That lets us have different builds that kind of represent the nether and what they would do if they won the war. Or what if the end won the war and they conquered the overworld? What would that look like? I've specifically said that because I might want to do something like that in the future. So the new build I'm turning this into here is going to take place in a world where the overworld was completely decimated by the nether realm and conquered completely. This would have been the capital of the overworld, but when the fire dragons came, they destroyed everything, left nothing but ruins. We're going to transform this castle, once it's complete, into a ruined castle, and the mega city in front of it is going to be reduced to rubble. And the great fire dragons that conquered this land will be soaring overhead, incinerating what is left of this world. That is what we're doing here. The Ruined Kingdom project. An original idea that I had for Season 3, but I never had concrete plans to make because it was kind of like a back burner project for years down the line. But now we're bringing it forward. I don't know when I'm going to start work on this. Maybe after I get the spawn city to a point I'm happy with. I'm not sure. It just depends how I'm feeling after I work on the spawn city some more. So yeah, this castle is going to stay. It's going to stay with the same structure, but I'm going to make it more ruined and like it was destroyed, you know. Obviously, the castle's not even complete. We have an unfinished roof. The back needs to be fixed. And of course, the buildings along the side are not done yet. So we have lots of work to do here still at the Ruined Kingdom. And I can't wait to get started. Now that the world tour's out of the way, it's time to move on to other things. Specifically, the Hardcore Season 4 seed reveal. That's right, I'm revealing the seed to this world after 50 episodes. And I know what you're all gonna ask. Grazzy, when's the world download? Can you do a world download, please? Now listen, I understand you guys really want a world download, and I am so tempted to give one, because I would love for you guys to be able to explore the world for yourselves. However, at the same time, although many of you guys would enjoy just exploring the world and seeing it all, not everyone will want to do that, and I don't know if I'd want something I've worked so hard on out there for just anyone to mess with, even though it's not directly affecting me. And of course, you can use world downloads to claim credit for people's builds and stuff. And I don't know, because I'm not, like, at a point where, because, like, people like Philza, if they did a world download, then they don't have to worry. Everyone knows their world, you know? Everyone knows Philza's world. But, like, for someone like me, people could just easily get away with stealing my world. And so I feel like the only way to kind of maybe flesh out some of those people is to put it behind a paywall, like Patreon. But I don't want to block it behind a paywall for those of you guys who just want to see and explore the world. So maybe if and when I die, maybe before that, depending on what happens and what conclusions I come to, I might do a world download at some point. But as of now, I'm only doing a seed reveal. So there is the world seed. You guys need to load this up in a 1.16.3 world, because that is when I first started this world, and 1.16.3, and then you will have my exact world. Now, I didn't originally want to reveal my seed, because I don't want spoiler. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, go here and you will find this, you know? I like exploring the world for myself. I like finding everything on my own and having that surprise. However, I'm at a point now where, like, I've explored so much of this world, and I've pretty much I have everything I need other than, like, materials for building, which I can go out anywhere and collect. So I'm at a point where I don't really care anymore if you guys have the world seed. And with that in mind, let's take a look at the seed map. So here we are. This is the seed map. I know some people might view this as cheating. I don't see using seed maps as cheating, but I don't use them because, like I said earlier, I like exploring for myself, having the surprise, and actually having to find everything myself. But again, I'm at a point where I don't care anymore. I mean, I've seen everything. There's nothing that this can give me that'll be, like, super beneficial to me. So I'm just taking a look at the seed map now. So here's the spawn point. Wow. And then down here is where the Grand Castle is on this plains biome. And then around, I think around here is where the main stronghold I go to is. And then up, it's probably, like, right here. Let me get a stronghold. This right here, this stronghold is where the frozen fortress is. So you can see that's quite far away from spawn. Like, that is. And then way up over here somewhere is where my deep slate mine is. It's even further away. I'm pretty sure it's probably around here somewhere, I think. I don't know. But then down here should be my woodland mansion if I check it. There it is. That's the first woodland mansion we went to. Then the second one should be up here somewhere. That's the second one we went to. And then if you want kind of a better visual as to what the biomes are, here's another seed map which shows the biomes more specifically. So as you can see, there's the Mushroom Island. And yeah, this is, I think, yeah, this is where the Grand Castle is. And over here is the Frozen Fortress. So yeah, that's the seed map. And we can look, well, I don't think the settings over here work on this. But that's it. That's the seed map. This Mushroom Island here I found on the way to the first Woodland Mansion. I knew that was there. There should be, yeah, there's one up here because I remember that it was near the Frozen Fortress. There's another one here. I think I have found this one. Yeah, because there was some episode when I went from the Frozen Fortress up here. I think I don't remember what I was doing, but I found this jungle, and then I looped around, and I found this Mushroom Island. I know about this one, I think. I think I know about that one. And then I don't think I know of any other mushroom biomes that aren't super far away from spawn. So, what else do I have planned for this episode? The only other concrete plan I have, I want to fight a level 5 raid. I think I fought a level 3 raid a while back, and I almost died doing level 3. So, I'm a little bit nervous to do a level 5, so I'm just going to go ahead and get a few extra totems on me for this. Just for safety purposes, let's just get 4. I don't know what to... I've never done a level 5 raid. I don't know what to expect. I know I could get, like, potions of strength, set up a beacon with strength and stuff, but I kind of feel like this will be more intense and more fun if I don't do that stuff. And on top of that, if I die in this episode during this raid, I'm not going to upload like I died in my hardcore world until after this video goes live with the random death in the middle of the video. I will fill up the video afterwards to make it look like it's a regular video, so don't get comfortable thinking, oh, if he uploaded this video, then he doesn't die. Because I'm telling you, if I die, I'm going to upload this like a regular video. Alright, that's Battleman 1. Battleman 2. Battleman 3. And there's another guy there for Battleman 4. We just need Battleman 5 now. There it is. Battleman 5. There it is. Oh my god, I am so nervous. I am actually so nervous. Is that it? That's all we got for first wave? Alright. Well, that's one thing down. Okay, we got some Vindicators this time. Alright, pretty easy wave so far, I have to say. Oh, we got a Ravager. Why do we have a Ravager? Do they always appear this early? I do not want to know what that guy had on his damn axe. These waves feel like they're getting more dangerous faster. No, I think it's just the one Ravager. Fuck! Okay. This ain't good. This ain't good. There we go. Okay. Okay. Wait, that was it. Oh. Honestly, I thought it would be more climactic. I'm gonna be honest. Well, that's that done. I guess. That's kind of all that was planned for this episode, but I feel like we should be doing more. We should have done it in the Nether. That's what we should have done. Maybe we go on, like, one last hunt for, the 3 axolotls that vanished. If you didn't know, we bred a lot of axolotls and we eventually got this guy. However, 3 of the original axolotls, General Nibbles, Colonel Socks, and Captain Wiggles, all mysteriously vanished.
They're never coming back, Raspy Man. Sorry to say it.
I doubt they're all alive, but I'm just curious as to if once... Because, I mean, again, there are so many factors. Like, they could have been killed by a drown, they could have swum into an ocean ravine and killed by magma. So it's like the chances of one of them actually being alive are pretty slim, but it's like I can't give up on my little friends.
Grazzy, what's that one word you never say? Is it Pog Champ?
I have been trying to keep that out of my vocabulary, yes. Any form of that word, I try to keep out of my vocab. So I try not to say it ever.
Yeah.
You'd have to pay me.
Bad for the brain.
You'd have to pay me a lot of money to get me to say that.
Yeah, you say Pog once, you never go back.
I'm sure I've said it at some point. Like, I was gonna repeat it for a second there. I'm sure I've said some variation of it at some point, but
Yeah, I think I'm the one that's gonna get you to say Pog someday.
I mean, you'll have to get me in a very good moment where you can prove it, because if it ever happened to the YouTube video, I'm cutting it out.
Bruh.
I've done a whole loop around my spawn chunks looking. Well, around the spawn island.
And found no sussy bacos.
No, I haven't found any ocelots, axolotls either.
Axolotls.
I do not want to imagine that hybrid.
It's just the ocelot
Ah!
head.
Would you look at this?
What?
Let me send you a screenshot of something I just found.
Is it the grass?
Yeah, isn't it weird?
Wait, are you underwater?
Yes, I'm underwater. Do you not?
So confusioned.
I can't tell if you don't see it or not. I'm in it. In that screenshot, I am in an ocean
yeah,
cave.
You're in the water and the lava is still there.
Yeah. I thought you were being sarcastic when you said the grass thing, and I was just agreeing with you. But like,
No, I can't see the water.
where are you, my little axolotls? You think if I speak like that, they'll come to me?
100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna start speaking like that from now on.
Yeah, it's being very sussy baka.
If you say that one more time, I'm leaving this call.
I'm just gonna say it enough that way so you'll eventually just say it out of nowhere.
I
In a
am not
video.
saying that.
In a
That
video,
is
you'll
not
just
happening.
be like, sussy baka.
Ugh. There's no chance. Axolotl. No way! I just fucking got General Nibbles. I'm not even fucking with you. I'm not even fucking with you. Oh my god, my heart is pounding. My heart's like actually pounding.
Rightfully so, you found Mr. Nibbles.
Oh my god. How loud did I just yell?
Loud enough to where it just like cut out, I think.
Everyone in my house is asleep. Oh my god. Holy shit. It was swimming like right where I've been looking this whole time. So it's like they're definitely swimming quite far, because like it had to have swum really far away and then come back, because I've been searching in this area so much, like going back into caves I already explored and such, but it's like I never saw her. And haters, people who aren't supportive of their friends, said it would never happen. That's a call out. I'm calling you out, Zesty Beans.
Dang. Oh well.
I was really
As long as I
scared.
get featured.
I was really... Oh yeah, you're going in the YouTube video.
Just like, this Zesty Beans guy sucks. You said I'd never find these guys.
Oh, your name was blurred. You can't speak that with those words. I mean, I already gave you a shout out, even though you don't need it. In my 1,000 sub Q&A, someone asked if you could shout out one creator, who would it be? And I said Zesty Beans, even though he does not need my shout out right now because he is on fire. Those are my exact words. And then you betray me by not believing in me.
Sorry, Grazzy.
Thank you. Apology accepted.
That was easier than I thought. Okay. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Thought I had to write a whole 5-page essay.
I'm very easy manipulated.
Just gotta say, I'm sorry. It's okay. I never thought those things about you.
Oh my god. I could have it's so weird. I could have sworn General Nibbles was pink, but it's light blue. No, I'm going back to my old video. Was it really? There's no fucking way.
No way! Oh my god!
It is.
Oh my god!
The General was light blue. Wow. I don't know if you could hear that. Okay. So, I know this is a bit confusing looking at this right now, and what I'm doing, but finding the axolotls raised more questions than it gave answers, or finding General Nibbles. I didn't find the other ones. So here I am in an old backup of the world. That's why this is all weird from the past. If I look, I'm currently on day 964. I have gone back the day this backup was taken was June 11th. So it was a few days after the 1.17 update came out. I had just gotten Sapphire. And I came back because I have so many axolotls and I want to find out how they escaped. So I came back to watch the axolotls that are currently in that pool. I found the axolotl right over there by that island. I found General Nibbles in that area, right? So my theory as to how they survived and didn't die to like magma or drowned is that they swam into unloaded chunks. And then when I loaded those chunks when I'm like flying over near there, they swam even further away from the spawn chunks, right? So when I was actually in spawn chunks here at the island, they weren't loaded, so they had no threat of being killed, right? But so they didn't die because they weren't in loaded chunks where they could have died, right? Okay, so he just bounced above the water a little bit, but it wasn't much. So I'm wondering if that's how they were able to just... See that? They kind of bounce above the water. So I wonder if somehow, because they had too much speed, they bounced over the edge like that guy was just about to do. And then they survived because they weren't in loaded chunks, like they were far out. But once I was searching in this area, they became loaded again, and they swam from maybe like over there back towards the island. That's the theory I have as of now. That's the running theory. They escaped somehow by jumping, and then they got into chunks which were rarely loaded because my render distance is almost always at 16. So when I'm in the island, they wouldn't be loaded if they were a little ways past the island. And now we're going to jump back in time to when I looked at the Season 1, 2, and 3 worlds, and then we'll come back to say the final words before ending the episode. Starting with Hardcore Season 1. I haven't opened this world in over a year. May 11th, 2020 at around 1 a.m. was the last time I opened Hardcore Season 1. Let's do it. Let's do this. Oh my god. This world lasted about a week, I believe. The first episode of Hardcore Season 1 was uploaded on March 25th, 2020. So, it was my first ever Minecraft video. I didn't get very far in this world, as you can see. I had just beaten the Ender Dragon, but I spawned, I think it was over here on the edge of this forest. There wasn't much special about this world, other than there's like a tundra and some ice spikes to the north. So this is what my nether looked like. So over here was my Enderman farm. I actually died while building the Enderman farm. I was up on this little platform doing the Endermite stuff, and I accidentally aggroed an Enderman. Oh, my stuff is still here. Look at that. Oh my god. I didn't think my stuff was here. There it all is. The full inventory. But I was standing up here or something, and I aggroed 3 Endermen. And I had my chestplate on. I put on my Elytra to run away, but then I was like, no, let's turn and fight them. So I turned around and tried to fight 3 Endermen after I dropped my defense by 4 bars, and that's how I died in this world. Pretty embarrassing, I know. Moving on to Hardcore Season 2, I haven't opened this world in over a year as well. I started Hardcore Season 2 on March 31st, 2020. So to put that in perspective, Season 1 started on the 25th, Season 2 started on the 31st. There were 5 episodes of Hardcore Season 1, so I was doing almost daily uploads at that point. In fact, I was. For all of Season 1, I was doing daily uploads, but it lasted 5 episodes, so that's not much of an accomplishment. So, I remember this. Right now, I am at this really crazy thing I found in the world. So, as you can see, there's an underwater stronghold right here. There's a monument there, and then, I think there's one over there and over there somehow, all under the frozen ocean. So, this was actually where the Frozen Fortress was originally going to be built, because I had the idea for it all the way back at this point. You can actually find my reaction, or you can see my reaction to finding all this stuff in a Season 2 episode. However, I don't recommend going back and watching those old videos, because they were kind of garbage. But let's go back to... Holy shit. To the spawn chunks. Oh my god. Look at this. Season 2 lasted until May 10th, but I had a 2-week break from making content and playing in the world. Maybe it was even 3 weeks or something. I took a break in the world for a while, so it didn't actually last super long. I'd killed the Ender Dragon, and if you guys remember my spawn chunks build in Hardcore Season 3, I was gonna do it in this world, as you can see. I was draining all the water from spawn chunks so I could do it here. That's why this area is flattened. That's why I have farms and stuff here. How I died in this world, I still have all my stuff on me. Wow. I was flying with my elytra. I was coming down from this, and I died to an elytra bug. I kind of came down, and I like flew over here, and then I did like this. And I died when I hit the floor. I'm like 99% sure that it was an elytra bug because I don't think my angle was sharp enough to where it should have killed me. But I think somewhere around here there should be a little open... Yeah, here it is. I was coming down to this because I found a zombie villager who was still here. Yeah. I found this guy, and that's when I died. Similar to the current Season 4 world, there was actually a mushroom biome right over in this direction. It's where I made my home. I spawned like over by the river somewhere there because these are my spawn chunks. And at this point, I was really like for season 2, I was really trying to find a good world. And so after a while, I found this mushroom biome, which is coming into render distance here. There it is. So this is a world I went with. We had this nice coral reef too. God, I still remember this world. I still remember what was over there and everything. So I made this ugly little mushroom house, and I was gonna do like a whole Actually, no. I was gonna do something similar to what I'm doing in the Season 4 world. So you can see I have this outline in stone. I was gonna build a giant prismarine fortress and switch all the mushroom blocks, the mycelium, to grass. So very similar to what was going on in Season 4. This setup is actually extremely similar to early Season 4. We have the mushrooms in a little cage. We had the enchanting table out there. Nether portal just at a random spot. And then we had this I made this little small house. Pretty shitty, not gonna lie. And I lived in this. A green bed. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. Why it wasn't red. And then storage up here. Wow. Look at this. That's crazy. Then somewhere around here, there it is. Here it is. This is gonna look very familiar. Look at this. It's pretty much exactly what I had in Season 3, and it's exactly what I have in Season 4. But that's pretty much it for Season 2. Moving on to Season 3. Season 3, arguably my greatest Minecraft world. This world lasted much longer than Season 1 and Season 2. I think it was about 7 months almost. I think it was closer to 6. Or no, I think it was 6, but it was closer to 7. But this world, I did some pretty crazy stuff in. So this is my spawn chunks, believe it or not. I spawned around about here in the world. And if you guys remember what I just showed you in Season 2, this is the build I was trying to complete in Season 2 when I died. I basically spawn-proofed it all, and I was going to make all my farms here. And since mobs can't spawn on bedrock, it's all spawn-proof, so this creeper farm, before I turned it off because it was going crazy, was super efficient. All of the items from all the farms, the idea was that they would all come to the center spawn chunks. So, as you can see, all the items are collected and they're funneled up into this center storage unit. And then up here, I had all my different things. I had a shitload of gunpowder, like all of these were filled. I had quite a bit of iron, and then I had like an unbelievably I had so much sugarcane. Pretty much all of these chests here are filled with sugarcane. It was ridiculous how much I had because this world was during 1.15.2, so zero-tick farms existed at the time. And then way off in this direction, that is where I defeated my first raid, I'm pretty sure, in this world. But if I go over the ocean here, is the important stuff. This is the farming village, which was my kind of starter base area that was unfortunately never finished. So this was the starter home. This was the first house I built in the world. And if we come on in here, wow. Down in the basement, we had the first storage room, the first enchanting setup, and the nether portal. And then over here we had some cake. And then up here we had the bedroom, which pretty plain. So as you can see, I made this. I still like this. I still love this, man. It's like a mini taiga biome, see? And then we have... Oh, I love this. And then we have the crop fields of carrots, potatoes, and wheat. And then we have kind of the center of the town, almost. There wasn't much going on. You could see I wasn't good at building medieval house. I'm a lot better at it now, I think. Also, I'll turn on some shaders because there wasn't really much in Season 1 and Season 2 that warranted having shaders. But for the cooler builds, I'll turn on shaders. So... Silder's extreme volumetric. My FPS is going to kind of tank a bit while I'm here, or while I have the shaders on, but yeah, you can see. this was a pretty cool place. I'll go back to spawn chunks and show you this with shaders as well. It's very laggy. My FPS is going to absolutely tank. But, oh yeah! Oh my god, and there's this stuff up here. This is where I set up camp. It looks very familiar, again, to anyone who watches Season 4. I used to store a bunch of stuff in here. But look, it's Artemis and George. My cat and dog. My first cat and dog in this world. I'm sorry you guys have been alone so long. But this is what spawn chunks look like with shaders. However, it is now time to show you guys what I personally believe to be my greatest build of all time. Coming away from spawn chunks in this direction, you will eventually come across a village on the edge of land going into an ocean, and beyond the ocean, the Sacred Isle. My greatest Minecraft build of all time. Wow. This is absolutely nuts, man. I am so happy with this. Coming in from the distance like that and seeing this, that's exactly what I was looking forward to so much when I built this. I set up camp on this little island. It's cleaned up now, but there used to be a mess of shulker boxes and a whole shitload of chests here. And then, it's the original Gerald and Harold. You guys remember them from my Hardcore Season 4? These are the original Gerald and Harold. They spawned in the water here when I was working on this build. This is like the first new footage you guys are getting of the Sacred Isle. When was the last time you guys have seen footage of the Sacred Isle? New footage, that is. The bridge is still one of my favorite aspects of this build. And then we go inside. My FPS is absolutely tanking because there's so many entities in this area. So I'm sorry for the FPS, but if we come in here, here's the throne room. Made of diamond blocks and the dragon egg. Here is a map of the world, which has a missing piece, which I accidentally broke. There is spawn chunks. There is the Sacred Isle. And there is the farming village. Coming down into the basement here. This is why this area is so laggy and my FPS is so shit, because there's so many chests and entities. This is an automatic sorting system, which I never got to use much because I died beforehand. But this also... Look at how fucking cool this looks. This is actually my... right here, this is my background on my PC. The fog over the gorge and the lights from the sea pickles. It's so fucking nice. Oh my god. This is so fucking cool. And somewhere deep within this frozen ocean, I think it's just north of this. I recognize this. It's just over in this direction, I believe, is the first iteration of the Frozen Fortress, which I did not complete before I died. This was the first version of the Frozen Fortress. As you can see, I didn't make my own custom fortress. I moved the ocean monument, which was below it, up and then froze it over, as you can see, which I still think looks pretty cool. And then the mountains. This was my first attempt at the mountains, and I realized it looked like shit, so I tried something new on this side, and before I could start work on it, I tragically died. But my PC is going crazy, so I have to turn off the shaders. But now, let's get back into the hardcore world to end this episode. I guess a few last things I should tell you guys. Number one, a lot of you guys probably want this cape. I said I would maybe have something for it, like, available for you guys to download it last episode, but I didn't. That is because you can't just apply a texture pack. Capes don't work like that. You can't apply a texture pack to change the cape textures. So I couldn't just link a texture pack for you guys to download. However, I did find a video since then that should show you guys how to do it. I followed it and it was pretty much exactly what I did. It was pretty understandable. And then I also will put a link for the cape download here for the PNG of the cape so that you can get it. I could do an elytra textures. If you guys don't want the cape and you just want the elytra textures, I can just apply these textures to the elytra and give a texture pack download. But there should be a link to the tutorial video and the cape download in the description. But, yeah, I've really liked this kind of stuff we're doing here at Spawn Chunks recently. I'm very happy with how this looks, which is very rare. Since I finished the Sacred Isle, I've not really liked anything I've built. Like, the Frozen Fortress is not good enough. The Wither Volcano is not good enough. So we're going to be going back there at some point and fixing up a lot of stuff because I'm just not happy with it. But honestly, I've been enjoying building a medieval city like this so much. And I thought it was going to be a project that I hated doing. Because in the past, I didn't like doing medieval cities. But now that I'm doing one again, it's so much fun. And I've really enjoyed the last 3 episodes, and I loved how they turned out with the time lapses and montages and everything. So I've really been enjoying myself in the world again, and I can't wait to have this all finished with the alleyways like this. I can't wait. I can't wait to have this finished, and then I have big plans for the Ruined Kingdom and other such builds. But I think the episode 50 special has gone on long enough, so it's time to end the episode. So thank you all for watching this episode of Minecraft Hardcore. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like to let me know, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from this series and content similar to this. Here's to another 50 episodes.